Here's the solid truth. Either you deal with your stress or your stress will deal with you. Welcome back. Hello, and if you're new, I am Lene, and I help those of you who are overwhelmed and maybe a little bit out of shape to simplify your life and to supercharge your health so that you can live and love your best life. In my last video, I discussed cortisol and the role that it plays in weight loss resistance. I also discussed my stroke scare and how a lack of stress resilience really sent me to the hospital. So it's because of this that I am incredibly passionate about helping you to recognize your stress triggers and to address them. So if you want to hear my story, then you can check out the video over here. I'll link it for you above. Everyone really is talking these days about stress because it's kind of become the social norm with the overwhelm of our task lists, our emails, being at the beck and call of many people, and the pressure to become our best selves. But rather than use stress in short bursts to get things done, we are really creating daily stress levels that our bodies are unable to fully resolve. We're becoming increasingly affected by burnout. So stress does have a negative effect on such things as sleep, diet, our spare time, and our self-care. But ironically, these are all the things that we need to help us modulate stress. Our happiness truly is suffering because we are too busy for the things that really matter. When we lack the ability to modulate stress, we weaken our immune system, we gain unwanted weight, we develop digestion issues, we become irritable, we experience decreased energy, sexual dysfunction, bone loss, increased cravings, accelerated aging, and it can even cause premature death. Here is the double whammy. Women have less stress resilience than men, and women with high cortisol levels shorten the telomeres, or the caps on the chromosomes that best determine our biological aging capacity. The effect of shortening these caps really was discovered by Elizabeth Blackburn, a researcher at UCSF. And she found that women under chronic stress, in this case, women taking care of an ill child, had chromosomes that aged 10 years faster. To make matters worse, women are even more vulnerable because we have double the ratio of insomnia than that of men. Sleep is one of our best stress modulators. We have also less serotonin. And this is a neurotransmitter that's really made in the gut and really responsible for buffering these stress chemicals. Why are we at such a frantic pace? It really turns out that work-related stressors are becoming increasingly more complicated. We work more overtime and we spend over 2 hours emailing and responding to emails every day. The boundaries between our work life and our downtime are becoming blurred or non-existent. Our daily lives now include way too much FOMO from social media, and we have a serious new addiction, our phones, that take up most of our spare time. Our to-do lists are never ending. We have more social pressure to be attractive, fit, healthy, financially successful, and socially happy. Let's talk a little about the physiology behind stress. Our stress response is really part of what we call the HPA axis, which includes the hypothalamus and pituitary in the brain, and the feedback loop that comes from the adrenals, which sit on top of our kidneys. Inside the adrenals are the medulla and the cortex. And the medulla releases catecholamines called epinephrine and norepinephrine. And these are also known as adrenaline and noradrenaline. The cortex releases glucocorticoids, such as cortisol, for glucose metabolism in the blood as a response to our stress. And the cortex also releases mineral corticoids, such as aldosterone, to help regulate levels of sodium and thus to regulate our blood volume and our blood pressure. The cortex also releases androgens and sex hormones such as DEA and testosterone. In a normal cortisol rhythm, the peak level should be about 30 minutes after waking, and it'll slowly decline until it's at its lowest level when you fall asleep. However, if your stress response is not properly regulated, it can lead to progressive levels of dysfunction. So in stage 1 of dysfunction, the cortisol is elevated to what we call an alarm stage. In stage 2, it's continually elevated in this alarm stage, and you might feel wired but tired. In stage 3, cortisol levels and stress hormones continue, but the hormone production starts to drop, and the person starts to feel a little more tired. This is what we call the resistance phase. And then the final phase is what we call burnout, and this is where your sex hormones and cortisol both are low and in low production mode. No matter where you are at in one of these 4 phases, addressing stress is the most important skill that you need to develop. I want to discuss some of the tried and true, scientifically proven methods for addressing your stress. So, the first and foremost is sleep. You've got to sleep 7 to 8 hours regularly and to keep a regular sleep schedule. In other words, you want to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends, within an hour of your normal time. As far as diet's concerned, you want to decrease your sugar to less than 30 grams per day. You want to get tested for food sensitivities because the stress of the immune system and subsequent inflammation from foods that your body is maybe sensitive to can really put undue stress on your metabolism, your overall weight, and really prevent you from dealing with your stress appropriately. Another reason to address food sensitivities is that you make about 70% of your serotonin in your gut. And if your intestines are mounting this inflammatory response, you really can't make enough of the buffering neurotransmitter serotonin needed to modulate this stress. You also want to decrease alcohol and caffeine, as both really exacerbate the cortisol response and its release. You want to eat at the same time every day, and try to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Because if your cortisol levels are not regular, then things like intermittent fasting or fad diets are not going to help you. You want to increase your mineral intake by getting lots of green vegetables and supplement with magnesium. This is one of the key minerals that will become depleted under long-term stress. Increase your intake of B vitamins and vitamin C. Vitamin B1 and B5 are key to adrenal health, so you want to take a quality multi-B vitamin in the morning and around lunchtime. Increase your intake of adaptogenic herbs such as lemon balm, ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil, and maca. Adaptogenic herbs help your adrenals because they will increase or decrease cortisol as needed and adapt to your personal stress levels, hence the term adaptogenic. You want to schedule a Sabbath day on a weekly basis. There is a reason why God made this one of his commandments. So rest wasn't really a suggestion. I'm pretty sure that he knows what he's talking about. So if you have a problem with taking a rest day, you can take it up with the big guy. Mindful breathing and meditation must be done on a daily basis. So set reminders on your phone if this is something that you need to do to actually perform meditation. One of my favorites is a yogic breath that involves taking a breath in for a count of 4, holding it for a count of 5, and then slowly releasing that breath for a count of 6. And repeating this breath cycle for 5 minutes. Make meditation part of your morning routine and schedule it at least one time midday. You need to laugh more, so watch less newsreels and really watch things that make you smile. In fact, give yourself limited times to social media and newsreels every day. You can train your body to modulate stress by using an app to monitor your nervous system, like Inner Balance by Heart Math Institute. Also, keep a daily gratitude journal. It takes just 1 to 2 minutes to write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Even the small things like a hot cup of coffee or a morning kiss or a sunrise, these are all useful in helping you to recognize those things you're grateful for and to be more joyful. Declutter your surroundings. Studies of hoarders have found that there is a correlation between the mess that we keep and the state of our bodies. Have you ever noticed that it is very rare to see a hoarder who is in excellent shape? Even an unaddressed pile of papers or laundry or shelves with tchotchkes, this is all information that our brain takes in and has to process. If the space is not clear, your brain dwells on this as something that needs to be addressed for later, without you even really knowing about it. So do your mind a favor, get rid of your excess. Make your workspace, your kitchen, your den, all places of Zen. You deserve that feeling when you get home from a hard day's work to feel at peace. Here's the solid truth. Either you deal with your stress or your stress will deal with you. I know from experience. And that, my friends, is exactly why I created the website Journey Toward Joy. That's why I wrote the Forever Fat Burner. It's why I make these videos. It's why I do everything that I do, because I don't want anyone else to suffer the same way that I did in trying to do it all, to climb a corporate ladder, trying to please everyone, all whilst ignoring the signs that the person that really needed my most attention was me. If you're like me and you're on a journey toward improving your health or your life, I want to hear from you. So leave a comment down below and share this video with any friend that you know is truly struggling with stress. We really need to support each other and to encourage each other more. And if you need assistance in simplifying your dietary and exercise habits, then feel free to grab a copy of my free book, The Forever Fat Burner, down below. You can check out the free PDF that I'm going to link for you down below with my best stress reduction tips. Join the community over at the Facebook group Journey Toward Joy, where I'm going to be posting some of my best content, my tips, and even show up for some live videos. Until the next video, my friend, please know that you really must address your stress so that you can fulfill your thrills in life. Much love to you. Mwah.